This is the 2023 NCAA Division III Women's Semifinal Pre-Tournament Press Conference with our fourth semifinalists, Transylvania University. With us today are Transylvania head coach Juli Filks and student athletes Emilie, Teall, Madison, Kellione, and Dasia, Thornton. Coach Filks, would you like to start by making an opening statement?
Yeah, we are really excited for our team to be here. They've worked incredibly hard this year, but for the seniors for the past 4 years. And our whole goal is to have this be a great experience for them and enjoy the week like we have every other week that we've been here and got to play this year and be grateful for it and look forward to competing this weekend.
What has your team's road to getting here been like, and how does it feel to be one step away from Dallas?
Yeah, I think for this team in some ways it started last year. Coming out of COVID, we didn't really know what to expect last year, and they played and competed really well, and then we were able to bring the majority back this season. And with a senior-laden team who's had a lot of experience and a lot of success, we've leaned heavily on them, and they've done a great job. And then our underclassmen, I thought that was probably one of the biggest differences between last year and this year was how they were able to contribute and compete as well. And one of our goals this year was to have a great regular season and have a chance to host the last 2 weekends, which we did, and that was really fun for them. Really appreciate the fans at the Beck Center and all the administration and faculty who came out and supported them, and so that was a lot of fun. And so now we're back on the road traveling, and they have a great time doing that too. So trying to have the best of both worlds of playing at home and now being on the road, and looking forward to the weekend and seeing what we can do.
For each of the student athletes to answer. What have been some of your favorite or most exciting, rewarding moments from the tournament so far?
I would say the best moment so far is actually winning the Elite Eight this year. That was our downfall last year. We went undefeated all year and then lost in the Elite Eight, but we overcame that obstacle and won the Elite Eight, and the celebration was great, and we're glad to be here now.
I agree with that. Definitely the Elite Eight game, but also the fact that we got to play at home and being in front of our home crowd and playing on our own court is something that we always cherish and we take pride in. So the fact that we got to do that for the first 4 games is something we really enjoyed.
Yeah, I totally agree. The community around us has been so for us and behind us. It's been awesome to see that, and all of Lexington cheering us on.
Coach, how is your team prepared this week, and has it been any different than any other week throughout the year, and what are some keys to winning tomorrow?
Well, it's been really different. We have the travel day where we didn't practice, and then yesterday I wouldn't say was the most normal day for us. So we're excited about today to kind of be back on routine. But, I think one of the things all year that they've done a really good job is understanding who they are and what makes them special. They've really bought into defending, and every game that's a big part of what we do and a big part of our prep. And, we really try to rebound hard on both ends, and so that hasn't changed this week. And so, I think for them, their strength is they love to compete and they love to have a good time. And for them, competing is fun. And so, I think the prep part will be very similar, but at the end of the day, we're just going to rely on our strengths and see how that carries us. And, our seniors are really great at rising to the occasion, finding ways to win, and that's been who they are for 2 years and really who they've been their whole careers. And so we'll put the best game plan together that we can, and then we have a lot of faith in this coaching staff, and give this team the ball and see what they can do with it.
Madison, you mentioned you guys have been very fortunate to first 4 games of the tournament you were at home. What is it like to then take it to the road? It's a neutral site, but it's far from home, so how do you approach going into the game in a different setting tomorrow?
We were excited to also take the trip and get away from Lexington, because we're a team that likes to be together. We spent a lot of time together over the last week, but I think we're looking forward to being in a new gym, experiencing something new, and we're really grateful for this experience, and we're going to make the most of it.
Does anyone else have any further questions for Transylvania?
I'd love to build just on one thing you said, Coach. First of all, congrats on the season. It's been impressive to watch what y'all have done. You spoke to your defense. Y'all are averaging 46.4 points per game allowed to opponents. just their best in the country. So from the student athletes, what's your mindset regarding defense? How do y'all approach games? What's your, what are y'all emphasizing as a group, and what's that defensive mindset like?
Sometimes we know that our offense might not always hit at the right moment, but we know our defense can always be successful and, consistent. So as long as we play our defense, box out, rebound, we'll be good, and the shots will fall later.
And I think also, even though we have that stat, that's also not what our goal is to hit for each game. So we have room to improve every game and just looking for ways to get better. And especially against really good competition, I think we're ready to rise to the occasion.
I think our coaches prepare us really well with a good game plan. And then up to us, it's we have to execute it, and we do a really good job of taking it personally when opponents that we don't want them to score, and we do it with pride.
How big of a deal is it for student athletes and coach to be just one win away from the school's second only ever national championship game?
I think it's really exciting, for them, for the school, the community, and hopefully we're just doing everything we can to represent Transylvania really well. And for us, every game we go into, we're competing, and so we're not thinking about Texas. Honestly, they wanted to get to this game, and then they want to win this game and just keep going forward. And that has always been their mentality. It's their best strength. They hate losing in practice just as much as they hate losing in games, which sometimes extends practices if the seniors lose. And so they're just here to compete, and they will do that. They'll do it for 40 minutes. They released the All-American list yesterday, and I pulled it up, and I was stunned at how many of them we had played in the last 3 weeks. And we've gotten to see great competition, and that's one of the things I think they really enjoy. And Smith is really strong in several areas and really well coached, and they enjoy challenges of playing against really, really great competition. So we're excited for that, and then if we can win another one, Texas will be a lot of fun.
Does anyone have any final questions for Transylvania?
Yeah, Coach, you clearly have built some really impressive programs during your tenure at Transy. This is your 7th 20-win season. And so with all those successes, what makes this team different? You alluded to it a little bit earlier, but hearing a little more about what makes this team so unique and the success y'all had this year.
I think we didn't know last year coming into what was going to be their kind of sweet spot, and it ended up being their mentality. I remember we went to Tufts, and they were obviously unbelievable, and we didn't really know what we were made of. We had a new starting lineup, we were missing a starter, and when they pulled that game off, it really became clear that their strength is their just grittiness and ability to find ways to win, and that they don't care what that is. And so whoever's scoring that night, whoever's rebounding, whatever the defensive plan is, they are happy to figure out ways. And I thought this year our conference did a great job of preparing us. They had seen our defense multiple times, and we saw different ways that people were attacking us and doing that successfully. And so, every game we'd go back and figure out what was working for other teams and how might we approach that. But we had a game this year that was especially close, and the first thing one of the seniors said to me afterwards was, "We found a way to win," and that is their best strength. They are competitors at their heart, and they love playing together, and so that has taken them a long ways.
One other thing, just in reading different articles about y'all's program, something that seems continuously be emphasized is the joy in the journey. So from the student athletes, I'd love to hear your perspective on what that looks like, what that means to you, and how y'all have embraced that mentality.
For me, the joy in the journey is just, coming every day to practice, playing our game, doing what we do best, whether that be shooting, defense, whatever your specialty is, that's what you get. And then, taking each game one step at a time, because you never know, and you have to kind of live in the moment. So we have joy in the journey and kind of think about everything leading up to the end.
Yeah, we knew that we had high expectations coming into this season based off of last year, and no matter what happened, we wanted to take it one day at a time, one step at a time, one game at a time. And this program, I think, is really defined by the people that are in it, and we just love to be around each other. There's really no drama on the team. The students or the coaches get along with the players, and showing up and competing for your teammates and people you care about each day is what really makes it so much fun.
Yeah, the coaches have emphasized to us that we have big goals, but if we have joy in every day and enjoy the journey, we're not going to remember the games or the scores or how many points we had, but at the end of the day, we're going to remember the fun that we had with each other and the memories we made.
Coach, you spoke to, played a bunch of great competition the last couple weeks, especially with the All-Americans that you mentioned. But players, how do you guys feel about playing a possible close game tomorrow, since no team has really been able to play you guys close as of late?
I mean, I think we prepare for it in practice. We put ourselves in those type of situations, and as we talked about, we're a team that likes to be challenged, and we're a team that I think is willing to step up to that, and we're eager to see what the outcome is.
We just expect the unexpected, so we're ready for anything. We can adapt and do what we need to.
Any final questions for Transylvania? No? So this concludes our pre-tournament press conference with Transylvania women's basketball. Thank you to the coaches and players for participating in this, and best of luck in your game tomorrow.
Thank you.